The Fiver Ralf Rangnick, Manchester United and some gegenpressing thoughts. Just 8 years after Lord Ferg left the club, Manchester United finally appear to have stumbled upon something resembling a decent succession plan. On Thursday, it was revealed the club had agreed personal terms to give it Ralf Rangnick till end of season, a decision that prompted some T1 touring from skeptical hacks who remembered the professorial German turning down a similar gig when Frank Lampard's Chelsea fired FLCMFL on the grounds that to the media and players you would be the 4-month manager, a lame duck from day one. The proposition he has accepted from United is rather different, however, as Rangnick has been offered a 2-year consultancy role to help whip the club into shape once his time in charge of interim managing the team is up. Rangnick's appointment has prompted a slew of chin-stroking articles detailing just what a great acquisition the professorial German egghead will be once his exit from his role as head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow has been negotiated. Credited with having invented gegenpressing almost 10 years after Jack Charlton had perfected the tactic with the Republic of Ireland, he is widely credited with having been a huge influence on Jurgen Klopp, Julian Nagelsmann and Tommy T, and has worked largely as a director of football in the past decade. While some cynics have pointed out that, if he's as good as assorted excitable hipster fanboys make out, he wouldn't be working in relative obscurity in Moscow, it's worth noting that since Manchester United last won a trophy, Lokomotiv have won their domestic league and 2 Russian cups. Currently interim to the incoming interim, Michael Carrick will be in charge of United when they get thrashed at Chelsea on Sunday, and the former midfielder was unable to provide much enlightenment to reporters regarding Rangnick's imminent arrival when asked if he had any news. To be honest, from my point of view, not a lot, really, he parped. Speculation and reports are speculation and reports. As I'm sitting here now, I'm preparing the team for the game, really. My head's on the game, I haven't got any more news to share with you on that front. Asked for his thoughts on Rangnick's imminent appointment, Klopp said his arrival ought to be a source of concern for other clubs. Ralf is obviously a really experienced manager, he warned. He built most famously 2 clubs from nowhere to proper threats and forces in Germany with Hoffenheim and Leipzig. United will be organized on the pitch, we should realize that. That's obviously not good news for other teams. It may also spell bad news for a certain high-profile Manchester United forward who may have re-signed for the club this summer, laboring under the false impression that his days of gegenpressing were long behind him. The club is outstanding outside to create a stadium, but now we start from behind. It is important to know this because I am not a magician, and after 3 weeks I have found players that want to work and have great commitment, but sometimes it is not enough. Welcome to Spurs, Antonio Conte, fresh off their 2-1 tin pot loss at Mura. Forget fan-led reviews into football governance, yesterday's Fiver. There's only one serious issue facing football this week. Is Ralf Rangnick going to ban ketchup in the United canteen? Steve Malone. Stop football was not among the 47 recommendations to save the game? What a missed opportunity, J.J. Zussel. I'm not sure I've ever seen someone so savagely damned with faint praise as Tracy Crouch was by the Fiver yesterday. Far from the worst Tory, indeed, Oliver Billiness. Send your letters to the .boss at theguardian.com, and you can always tweet the Fiver via @GuardianSport. Today's winner of our prizeless letter of the day is Steve Malone. In the first weeks of lockdown, the Blizzard started running online quizzes. The result is the Quizzard, the Blizzard quiz book, which is available in print or digital form. The Fiver has 2 print copies to give away. All you have to do is answer this fiendish question: which former Liverpool forward is the only player to play international football in 4 decades? Send your answer with the subject Fiver quiz along with your name and postal address to info@theblizzard.co.uk. Guardian readers can also buy a copy of the Quizzard for the reduced price of £6.99, print, or £5, digital, by entering the code quiz at the checkout. Good luck. A string of missed opportunities allowed the predatory paedophile Bob Higgins to sexually abuse scores of schoolboy players while he worked as a coach at Southampton, a damning report by the children's charity Barnardo's has concluded. FIFA head honcho Gianni Infantino reckons that those opposed to having a World Cup every 2 years are just scared of change. We cannot close the door, we need to keep the door open, we need to give hope and opportunities, he cheered after African countries voted unanimously to back the biennial plan. Eddie Howe will make an unexpected return to the technical area at Arsenal on Saturday after returning a negative COVID test in time to take charge of Newcastle for the first time in person. We've missed seeing the manager out on the grass, whooped assistant Jason Tindall. Czech cash mountain Daniel Kretinsky has agreed an option for a full takeover of West Ham after purchasing a 27% stake in the club. PSG suit Leonardo insists they've not met with Zinedine Zidane behind manager Mauricio Pochettino's back. Then again, he wouldn't say otherwise, would he? "We don't want Pochettino to leave," sighed Leonardo. "He has never asked to leave, and no club has contacted us about him." In the latest round of Women's World Cup qualifiers, Northern Ireland routed North Macedonia 11-0, Spain smited the Faroe Islands 12-0 and Belgium edged past Armenia 19-0. And while West Ham and the Pope's Nuco Rangers are through to the Big Vase knockouts, with Leicester on course to join them, the Queen's Celtic are out, and into tin pot after a late loss at Leverkusen. No Christmas party again this year? Then you're cordially invited to Football Weekly's very own one on Checks Notes, 30 November. Tickets are available now. Ben Littleton on Ralf Rangnick's journey towards Old Trafford via Victoria Backnang, Hoffenheim, and RB Leipzig. Karen Carney notes that Manchester United have top-class players but desperately need a manager to match. The government's fan-led review covers familiar ground, but this time it carries some political weight, writes Proper Journalism's David Kahn. 10 things to look out for in the Premier League this weekend, from Fred to Claudio Ranieri. Get your box fresh Premier League match previews right here. And if it's your thing, you can follow Big Website on Big Social Face Space. And Institute too.